Now, today's topic is loving yourself first. We have mentioned a number of times that self love, self care is very, very important to keep, in fact, our minds at the right place. So, let me start with the question that might make you squirm a little. When was the last time you spoke to yourself the way you speak to your best friend? Now, if you are like most of us, you probably can't remember because somewhere between making perfect round rotis, scoring 90% in boards, and making sure everyone else is happy, we forgot the most important relationship we'll ever have, the one with ourselves. You know that beautiful metaphor we have all heard. You can't pour from an empty cup, so fill yours first. But here's the thing, we have been so busy being the perfect daughter, student, wife, or mother that our cups aren't just empty, they have got holes in them. So let's address the elephant in the room right away. Self love is not selfishness. I know, your inner voice just said, but what will people think? And that voice, my friends, is exactly why we are here today. In our culture, we are taught that loving yourself is arrogant, that putting yourself first makes you a bad person. But here's a revolutionary thought, you cannot give what you don't have. You cannot love others authentically if you haven't learned to love yourself first. Think about it. When you are on an airplane, they tell you to put on your oxygen mask on first before helping others, right? Why? Because if you can't breathe, you can't save anyone else. So self love is like your oxygen mask. So let me paint some pictures for you, and I'm sure you'll recognize. The people pleaser, the girl who says, it's okay, no problem, when a friend cancels plans for the third time, but deep down feels completely unimportant. She's 19, always available for everyone else's drama, but feels guilty taking 5 minutes for herself. The perfectionist, the working mother who stays up until 2 a.m. preparing elaborate lunch boxes because she saw someone else's on Instagram. She's exhausted, but convinced that anything less than perfect makes her a failure. Then the self critic, the teenager who looks in the mirror and sees everything wrong, too dark, too thin, too fat, not smart enough. She wouldn't speak to her worst enemy the way she speaks to herself. The overgiver, the woman who gives her last 500 rupee to help a relative but feels guilty buying herself a rupees 50 face mask. She's everyone's ATM, an emotional support system. But who supports her? Sounds familiar? Now, these aren't character flaws. They're symptoms of love deficit, not love from others, but love from the person who matters most. And who's that? you. So, how do we fix this? How do we rewire years of conditioning? So, here are your daily doses of self love. First, affirmations that actually work. Start your day looking in the mirror. Yes, even with that messy hair, and say, I am enough exactly as I am. Not because you're perfect, but because you're human, and that's perfectly imperfect. Then the art of the sacred rest. Rest isn't laziness. That afternoon nap isn't a luxury, it's maintenance. Stop feeling guilty for taking breaks. Even your phone needs charging. So, why shouldn't you? Then the boundaries, your emotional security system. Practice saying no without explaining yourself to death. I can't do that right now is a complete sentence. You don't need to justify your limitations. Then the joy without permission. Do something purely because it makes you happy. Dance to that Bollywood song in your room. Buy yourself those earrings. Eat that mithai without calculating calories. Joy doesn't need anyone's approval. So here's what I want you to do right now. Yes, right now. Take out your phone, open the camera, flip it to a selfie mode, and look into your own eyes. I want you to say these words 5 times. I love and accept myself. 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 Uncomfortable? Good. That discomfort is years of programming telling you that loving yourself is wrong. But every time you do this, you are rewiring your brain. You're choosing yourself. So now I want you to do mentally list 5 things you genuinely admire about yourself. Not your achievements, you. Maybe it's your kindness, your resilience, your sense of humor, or your ability to make the perfect chai, or how you remember everyone's birthday. Own your beautiful qualities. And here's the most beautiful truth I can leave you with. You're not a rough draft waiting to be perfected. You're not a project that needs fixing. You're a masterpiece in progress, worthy of love and especially your own, exactly as you are right now. Your relationship with yourself sets the standard for every relationship in your life. When you love yourself fiercely, you teach others how to love you. When you respect your own boundaries, you command respect from others. When you speak to yourself with kindness, you attract kindness from the world. So here's your mission. Should you choose to accept it, for the next 30 days, be your own best friend. Cheer for yourself, comfort yourself, celebrate yourself, and yes, forgive yourself because the world needs you to love yourself first so you can love it better. And remember, self love isn't a destination, it's a daily choice. And every day you choose yourself, you're not just changing your life, you're inspiring every woman, every girl around you to do the same. So now go forth and love yourself fiercely. The world is waiting for the magic that happens when you do. And with that thought, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you.